Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 15. So today I'm going to be doing a Vlogmas on Christmas films. So there is quite a lot of Christmas films and it is very traditional. I haven't watched one yet, well, with 10 days to go till Christmas, but hopefully I will get round to doing one once I've got a spare moment. But I've been such an exceptionally busy over the last few weeks, so I've literally had hardly any time to watch any of them. So I'm going to get started with some Christmas films. So the first one I'm going to start off with doing is Home Alone. There's 5 Home Alones, as you probably know. Well, I think there's actually a 6 actually. The first Home Alone came out in 1990. And this one was about 8-year-old Kevin is accidentally left behind where his family leaves for France. At first, he's happy to be in charge, but when thieves try to break into his home, he tries and puts up a fight. I would say that's got to be the best one. And I know there is a big saying, I know the saying that my sister always uses, you cannot beat original and you can't beat original films. And the best Home Alones were when it was Macaulay Culkin in it. That was released on the 7th of December 1990, so that's 32 years old. And the first one was set... Sorry, I'm not looking towards the camera there properly. I do apologise. It's hard to look at my iPad and my camera at the same time. It premiered in Chicago on November the 10th, 1990. It was given a wide range... 10th of November 1990. It was given a wide release, sorry for the words, on 16th of November 1990. And it was used on VHS tapes and all that. It was the old video cassette tapes, as you probably remember. Do you remember the little black tapes, the white things, and the little noise it made too wide? It goes... It's such a funny noise, and having to fast forward it. I do remember them when I was younger, but it's crazy how much technology's changed now and how much easier it has become over the years, and there's no doubt technology will change even more. It's such a good film. Honestly, I love that Home Alone so much. But I know it said something on here. On Christmas Day, Kevin's so disappointed that he's been left at home alone. But honestly, the version of him in it is such a fantastic actor, that Macaulay Culkin. And all along, it'll never be the same again. Second one's Home Alone 2. I can remember in school, do you know when you could have like film weeks? I think at one stage we did watch Home Alone, and that was released in December 1992. So it's just turned 30 years old this year. And this one is Home Alone 2, which is Lost in New York. So that's where he got lost in. I think it was Florida they were living in, and he got lost. I think he wasn't left at home this time. He got on the wrong flight by accident. I think they were going to Florida and he went to New York. I don't think they realised till halfway they got there that he was lost and he was home alone. But it was so good. And do you know that Christmas song, the Darling Love one, Home Alone for Christmas? All I wanna be alone for Christmas. That's the song, yeah, that's where this song I think came from. I don't think it was released but it kind of featured in it, and I think in a music video of it, I think from when it came out, I think it probably was that. But you got to think, I wasn't born in 1992, I was born in 2000, so it's such an amazing film, and it's definitely something you've got to watch. Now there's Home Alone 3. That was released in 1997, 19th of December, so that's just coming up to its 25th anniversary. I'd say it's okay. I think one thing I've learned with Home Alone, 1 and 2 are fantastic. 3 I'd say is in the middle. I think some people said 3 was the best, but to be honest, the first 2 in Macaulay Culkin. 3 is definitely okay. Not going to go much into that one, but the first 2 are the most ones that have got the best exploring, the best details in it. Home Alone 4, 2002. Sorry for a little cough. That would have just celebrated its 20th anniversary. it was Kevin McAllister who was played by, and it's Mike Thingy. Mike, well, oh, I can't even pronounce it properly. I'm sure most of you will be able to. Take him back to the house. That's very interesting. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not really a fan of that one. Christmas one, Home Alone number 5, The Holiday Alone. And that was released in November 2012, so that's just turned and celebrated its 10th anniversary. And I think that this one might have just been made for the money, but I wouldn't like to predict or say that, but I don't want to be over the top or a bit too over offensive to the actors, but I've never really been a fan of this one, if I'm honest with you. And I didn't know it till I've just Googled it now, that last year there was a 6th Home Alone, Home Sweet Home Alone, which was released last year, 12th November 2021, and a 10-year-old kid while his parents are away. And it's about a married couple trying to steal back a valuable hedron from a troublesome 10-year-old while his parents are on holiday. But it's definitely worth watching, and I love this. It's produced by Disney, and Disney are always absolutely fantastic, as always. Now let's do the next one. Elf. Elf is such an absolutely iconic and a fantastic film, and if you've not seen it, then you're missing out. It's such a fantastic film. I know on the Christmas advert, the guy who plays Elf is on it, and it's on in cinemas. I think it's telling you here it's on at the Odeon Cinema, Cineworld, and all that. Will Ferrell is the actor of it, and interesting enough, that's 20 years old next year. So it came out on November the 7th, 2003, 7th, so it was literally 13 days before my 3rd birthday. I love that film. The thing that I love, because you know I've probably got a bit of an obsession with lifts, he presses all the lift buttons inside it, and the lift gets so confused in a mind of its own and not knowing what floor to go to. It is so funny. It's like, which floor do I go to? I think it's in a massive shopping centre, and the bit where he's on the escalators, it is so funny. Honestly, that has got to be either the best or the most iconic Christmas film there has ever got to be. And the next one I'm going to do is The Polar Express. And this one came out in 2004, so it's 18 years old. It was released in Chicago International Film Festival on October 2004, so I'd have been just 3 then. And it's about on Christmas Eve, a passenger train known as the Polar Express stops at the Grand Rapids Machine House of a boy who's growing skepticals about the existence of Santa Claus. Wow. The Polar Express. Sorry about that, for a cough again. Yeah, it's such a fantastic film. It's like a tradition thing. I think if there's like a big kerrang in a shopping centre on a lift, or especially at this time of year, it's like all aboard the Polar Express. That's actually an alright film, that. It's very popular. And I know the next film I am going to do is The Grinch. The Grinch is an iconic film. He's so mean and green and mean and horrible. There's a couple of films of the Grinch there is. There's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. There's quite a few people I know that don't like Christmas, and I think if they're classed as, I think I always say this all along, and it's tradition, if you don't like Christmas, you're always classed as, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, the song of it. He stole Christmas, he was so mean. But I think there was a couple of it. I think the first Grinch film was released in 2018. I do remember going to see it, and it says on here it's on at the Empire Cinema, which is an independent cinema chain, and the Light Cinema. And it was released the 2018, but I remember going to see it. It was around this time 4 years ago. I went to see it at the View Cinema of Bury It was such a fantastic one. Really good. I think we had the cinema room to ourselves and we had front row VIP seats. But if you go to View Cinema, the seats in there are so comfortable and so cosy. It's absolutely fantastic. I love going to the pictures. And How the Grinch Stole Christmas was interestingly released in 2000, the year I was born. And release date was 15th of November 2000 in the UK. So it's 5 days literally before I was born. And I was born on the 20th of November 2000. So good memory. And at least I know the year it came out in. And yes, it says on here that it's on at the View Cinema in Printworks in Manchester and the one in Bury on it. So the next one I'm going to do is Scrooge. Sorry if my face hasn't been proper in the camera. I've got to try and like get it in. Scrooge: A Christmas Carol. There's a new one out in 2022. And I know there's a Christmas Carol that's 13 years old and that was released in 2009. I remember doing this as a monologue in year 11 in high school. It wasn't for GCSE, but it was in like the Christmas concert. And Tiny Tim, it was like, his son was so poor. It was like, oh, sorry if my throat's bad. It's like, I don't love you so much. I don't want you to die, Tiny Tim. It was honestly so good. A Christmas Carol and all that. Honestly, Christmas films are just absolutely fantastic. The top 5 Christmas films I would definitely say that I've got are Scrooge, Polar Express, Elf, The Grinch. Oh, sorry, I'm going to try and get back onto it now. Top 5 are Home Alone, Elf, Polar Express. Let me find out where it is. The Grinch and Scrooge. They're my top 5 Christmas films. There's plenty more to go through, but I think I'd be here more or less all day if I wasn't going through it. But honestly, I hope you've absolutely enjoyed knowing about Christmas films and all of that. And sorry for the cough. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to click the link below and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on all social platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. That's me for today, but I'll be back tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 16. Sorry about that. Just can't stop coughing. I might have been probably just a bit talking too much, but I think my mum calls me Mr. Chatterbox. So bye now, and I'll see you tomorrow.